Good morning, students. Welcome to ARK Reflections newspaper analysis of the day. So let's see what are the important news articles from today's newspaper. So we're all happy that India won the T20 World Cup. This is like India's third World Cup since it started. So it's a great news for us all. And next important article. So we have an important article in the editorials. So one is the political articles about the Canada-India relations. This is very important article. So we'll discuss this article, what it tells. And next important article which I noticed was like this one. Cheetahs moving from Kuno to Rajasthan. Usually like there are around 29 cheetahs till day they introduced into the Kuno National Park from various countries. South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, from various countries they introduced around 29 cheetahs. Among that, there is some pattern observation that some cheetahs are moving towards the far of the Kuno National Park. Like they moved the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh, now they moved to Bansar. Baran is a district in the Rajasthan, which is around 60 to 70 kilometers. So we'll also discuss this article. And along with this, we'll discuss about the science and here and actually in the newspaper they didn't add the science part. So we'll also discuss about why the role of women in the research and development got decreasing. There is an article there, and also they're one of the largest icebergs in the world, which is moving towards the southern ocean into the warmer water, which means this huge size, it's almost 3 to 4 times of the size of Hyderabad, and which is moving towards the southern ocean into the warmer waters, and it will dilute there, so that the sea level will rise, and it will also affect the so many things, and it is a very good indicator of the climate change. We'll discuss all these articles in today's paper analysis. Let's start. So first article, India routs the New Zealand, and a very big congratulations to the Indian team. And this is which World this is the T20, which is introduced in 2007 for first time, and the first World Cup was also won by India, and until now 2007, 24 and 26, 3 World Cups was won by India, and it is the ever largest number of World Cups is won by any team in the T20 World Cup. So we'll see the next article, very important, Canada-India relations. So last week we have seen the arrival of Canada Prime Minister Carney. He came to India for the official visit, and why it is very important, because it's a major U-turn. The major U-turn we have seen in the Trudeau government. So that time, during the Trudeau time, the Canada and India India relations are so much affected by the Khalistan politics. The Khalistan politics and Khalistan, these organization politics, the separatist politics, India, it is mostly dominated by India and Canada relations, and it took a serious downturn. But after the arrival of the Carney, it again became a little upward. So which is a very positive sign. And they're also discussing about the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which is a trade agreement, like bilateral trade agreement. Why it is important? Let's see. This again, the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement talks started. So why it is important? What is the goal of this? By 2030, the major agenda is to take to $70 billion. So the trade between the Canada and India. So the governments want to take it to the $70 billion, which is a huge term. If the deal is signed, there are some key areas of cooperation which can happen. And if this deal is signed, it is very good for MSMEs. So Indian MSMEs, it gets a new market. So we have seen the multiple trade agreements which is signed, and with additional to that, the Canada market also will be added. And for the Canadian companies, like Indian market will wide open, similar like Amazon or Flipkart. So now both companies are MNC companies owned by the US nationals. So Indian market will be open for Canada, and also huge FTI. So already around $100 billion, the institutional FDIs were there in India since the 2008. And key areas. What are the key areas of the cooperation? Like we know that Canada is a huge country with the large number of natural resources like the uranium. So which is very important for our renewable energy targets. Like we have the Panchamrit goals, like by 2070, India should be a net carbon emitter, net carbon free emitter. And also by 2030, our 500 gigawatts of renewable energy target. So for that, this uranium is important, and also the rare earth elements, which runs the future automotives and other important applications. So uranium, rare earth elements. Along with, Canada is also rich source of oil and natural gas. So that's why very important to have a partnership with the Canada. And for India, through India, what it can provide to Canada, same. Like we can provide for a huge foreign market and very cheaper R&D, like the cheaper production quality, the cheaper production in India. So these are the important areas of agreement. It was signed where India and Canada, they can cooperate once this comprehensive economic partnership agreement was signed, and this is their goal, and this is the major beneficiaries, especially the Indian MSMEs. It can benefit a lot. And we have a multiple trade agreements recently signed with multiple countries like UAE, UK, European Union, Australia, New Zealand. So like that, we have signed with multiple countries the trade agreements, and this one will be the new one, and which will come sooner. So we'll move to the next article. So cheetahs moving from Kuno to Rajasthan. This article tells that the cheetahs have gone 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers. So if it is like Kuno National Park, so we'll see in the map. So yeah, it moved almost 60 to Kuno National Park. So this is the Kuno National Park. So this is where these cheetahs were introduced, and it moved almost to almost nearly from here, Kuno National Park to Baran, Rajasthan. So this is the place. So they moved, yeah. They moved from here to here, 60 kilometers. You see here, it was around the Kuno National Park to here. It moved 60 kilometers from here to here. So why it moved? So the conservation experts, the environmental experts, is telling it's very common nature in the cheetahs to move for different locations, because for the why they moved, one of the important reasons is for the prey and finding the new habitat. So they moved to find the prey and new habitat. And this movement is also a good sign. What the conservation is telling is that, which means if they are spreading to wider areas, it means that they are adapting to the Indian climate faster. They are adapting to the Indian climate faster. And the project Cheetah, and this project Cheetah, so which means this is usually it brought. So in 1950s, so we declared that cheetahs are extinct in India. Cheetahs are extinct in India. Now government is determined to bring back the cheetahs into life in India. So they brought some cheetahs from initially from the Namibia and from the South Africa and from the Botswana. There are 3 countries. So Namibia, Botswana, and South Africa. So from these countries, how many cheetahs they bought? They bought around how many in the total? 29 cheetahs they brought, 29 cats. And in that 29, 9 died. And they also, and then Inca, they have kids. So they have the cubs. So there are around 29 cubs. So in total, around 49 cheetahs. 49 cheetahs, which is a very good number. So what the government kept a target by 2032, at least 60 to 70 cheetahs should be there. This is the target the government has kept. This is the target government has kept. So why this? Why government has to reintroduce the cheetahs into India again, even after the extent? One of the reason is to protect and improve the grasslands. Until now, so India thought the grasslands, like grasslands are not the major focus. The main focus is on forests. Forest మీద ఎక్కువ focus పెట్టారు, not the grasslands. Grasslands are often treated as a wastelands. So అందుకే to protect the grasslands or open forest ని improve చేసుకోవటం కోసం, so they introduced the cheetahs. If cheetahs were there, so what will happen? The herbivore population will be in control. The grasslands will be protected. And along with the great Indian bustard, chinkara, Indian wolf. So these population also will increase. So this is one of the reasons why the government has taken a major initiative to bring the cheetahs back into the India's wildlife. So this is the reason, and these are the number of cheetahs at presently. In the 49 cheetahs, there are also some cubs died. So few cheetahs left, and this is the major target. But we are seeing a lot of positive signs because they are quickly adapting and they're moving and they're dispersing into the wider areas. And what are the reasons why the majorly these cheetahs were introduced? To protect the grassland ecosystem. Why to improve the grassland ecosystem? Because initially the India only focused on the forest and they doesn't care about they are giving the minimal care to the grasslands. Now they want to protect the grassland ecosystem. Grassland or open forest or savanna type ecosystem, like that. So to that, so the herbivore population, for example, the chinkara, the kind of a deer population is too high, which is the least concern status. So to maintain those order in the environment, so the predators are needed. So that is important. So we'll go to the next article. So why India's leaky pipeline in research is unlike the rest of the world. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది? దిస్ ఆర్టికల్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద రీసెర్చ్ అండ్ ఉమెన్ పార్టిసిపేషన్ ఇన్ ద రీసెర్చ్. ఇక్కడ ఈ లీకీ పైప్ లైన్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే, సో యూజువల్ గా, సో యు ఇమాజిన్ దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ పైప్ లైన్ అండ్ especially with concern to this article is a concern to the women. So women studying the STEM field in the sense science, technology, engineering, and medicine or mathematics. Yeah, these kind of fields. So STEM fields they are studying. And initially what happened? So there are large number of enrollments during the graduation and the post graduation. And later, when it comes to the PhD, they are leaking. Leaking in the sense, so after PhDs, only few continuing into the further research. And from here also, they are again, some people are dropping out. And only few reaching to the higher scientific positions, higher scientific or senior researcher, senior scientist positions, higher scientific positions. So what is the main finding in this article was around 40%, sorry, around 43% women are enrolling in the STEM fields. But what happens? Only 40% is visible when it comes to the PhDs. When it comes to the PhDs. But in foreign countries, what happens? It is initially only they will left out. They won't come. If they come into the science field and they will grow further. But here what is happening? Only 40%, in the 43% are enrolling, in among them 40% only doing the PhDs. And they're getting stage by stage, they're coming out of the research. Why? What are the reasons? The article also discussed the important reasons why these women are coming out and why this leaky pipeline problem is there. First thing, the key issues are there are no stable, first one, no stable positions, because in the research field ela untundandi, it's not very stable positions based on the short-term projects, and దీని based మీద the short-term projects and also the projects in the long term, maybe 5-10 years projects. And here the positions without promotions will be high. Positions without promotion. This is the one of the main problem. No stable positions is one of the key problem. And second important problem, as usual, it was a social responsibility. Social responsibilities in the sense, so they are getting marriage and childcare. So this is affecting their career options. Marriage and their childcare is very much affecting. This is one of the second reason. And third reason was male dominated. So research institutions, like if you take the IITs or ISC, ISERs, any kind of research institutions were mostly dominated by male, which is giving a less scope for women to continue in the research field for a longer time. So that is important findings. Ikkada main important thing what we have to observe is, like you see the GERD, the gross expenditure on research and development in India is seriously, very seriously low. It was around 0.6% or 0.67% of the GDP. 0.67% of the GDP is very, very low. Very, very low. Why it is very low? If you take the countries, like for example, let's compare with a country, you see Korea. Korea has a GERD, gross expenditure on research and development is around 5%. Where is 5%? Where is 0.67%? There is a too huge gap. And even in this 5% also, private participation is high. Nearly 75% is private participation and 25% is government participation. And here, but in India, here more than 65%, nearly 65% is public participation. That is government, either state government, central government, or the central research projects, or the state research projects, or the higher education UGC projects like that. State participation is very high in the research and development. That is not a good sign for a country which is willing to be a developed country in the future and also to be a innovator, is a leader of innovation. India leader of innovation avvali ante, it has to increase, it must increase its GERD spending in the coming era. Otherwise, these kind of problems will be there. So these are the key issues with related to this article. We'll see the next article. So this is also very important article, very unique article. So AI generated animal videos. AI generated animal videos. What is the harm? AI generated animal videos తో harm ఏంటి? Like using our generative AI like the ChatGPT and other generative AIs, we can develop unlimited and ultra fast videos. So this is the one of the main reason why, because there are a lot of AI videos which are not real, AI animal videos. దీంతో వచ్చే హామ్ ఏంటి అనేది the article యొక్క main scope of objective here will discuss. This is a very unique article which I find, the AI generated animal videos on the rise and what harm can they cause. ఈ ఫేక్ AI videos వల్ల ఈ AI videos వల్ల ఏంటి ఇష్యూ వస్తుంది. So due to the generative AI, like the ChatGPTs and other AIs, we can generate the videos very fast of animals which look very much real. One of the reason was even the social media like Facebook, Insta or TikTok ఇలాంటివన్నీ కూడా ఏం చేస్తున్నాయి అంటే, like they are making the videos, these kind of videos very viral. ఈ యానిమల్ వీడియోస్ చాలా వైరల్ చేయటం, చాలా ఫాస్ట్ గా, the algorithms also spreading faster. So these making this viral content, so which inspire, ఇలా ఇవి ఎక్కువ వైరల్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, the producers of these AI content creators also make more videos on the animal human interactions or the animal videos. So they are making the more animal videos. ఎందుకు? Because the social media is encouraging them to make the more content and their videos are getting viral, and maybe they kind of some kind of incentives, like the financial incentives or kind of whatever the incentives which is encouraging them. This is one of the key reason why the AI generated animal videos are getting rise. So దీని వల్ల ఏంటి harm? What is the harm it can bring? So ఇదే కదా main important of this objective. What happens? ఈ AI వీడియోస్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ గా ఉంటాకి, డ్రామాటిక్ గా ఉండటానికి కోసం ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, టు మేక్ ఇట్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ అండ్ డ్రామాటిక్ what the people are doing, they're showing like sharks are friendly. For example, the sharks are friendly and tigers are pets. Tigers are like pets. ఇలా చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? If they're showing that sharks are friendly, tigers are pets, what happens? The perception towards animal is changing. The perception towards especially the wild animals are changing. ఇలా change అయితే what is the results it can happen? It can happen like, so what the people think, that these animals are friendly, they can approach them. If people approach this animal, what happens? When they approach these animals, and there will be animal human conflict. అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేయాలి? To save the human, we have to kill the animal, okay? Or the animal may kill the human. So serious animal human conflict, like kind of a it can cause some kind of, even the deaths also it can cause some wounds. So these kind of health issues it can cause, and it will seriously hamper the conservation efforts. Like మనం చూసాం కదా first article లో Project Cheetah, like there are some kind of conservation efforts. This will seriously hamper. So people think they will apply colors to, when the cheetah comes, they will apply some colors. మనం చూసే ఉంటాం కదా a lot of AI generated videos. So these can cause serious harm and they will encourage the animal human conflict in the future. And ఇంకొక important thing is children కి they are unable to judge which is AI generated video and which is a real video. వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారు, their perception towards the animal also changes in the future. So narrative అనేది ఇప్పటి నుంచే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా. So they think that by seeing the smiley faces and all, So they think that these animals are very friendly, they are not at a serious concern, and they also in the future they try to approach them. So this will also seriously impact their వాళ్ళ యొక్క ఫ్యూచర్ థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ ని ఖచ్చితంగా ఇది ఇంపాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది ఏ జనరేటెడ్ వీడియోస్. అండ్ హీ ఆల్సో గేవ్ సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ మెజర్స్ టు కంటైన్. ఏ మెజర్స్ వల్ల ఈ ఏఐ జనరేటెడ్ వీడియోస్ ని మనం కంటైన్ చేయొచ్చు. వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇంపార్టెంట్ మెజర్ వాస్ ఏఐ లేబులింగ్. ఏఐ లేబులింగ్ అంటే ఈ వీడియో ఈజ్ మేడ్ బై ఏఐ, ఇట్ ఈస్ జనరేటెడ్ బై సో అండ్ సో ఏఐ, లేకపోతే ఇది ఏఐ జనరేటెడ్ వీడియో అని పైన లేబుల్ ఇస్తే మనం చూసేటప్పుడు ఓకే ఇది రియల్ వీడియో కాదు అనేది మనకి అర్థమవుతుంది. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ డిజిటల్ లిటరసీ. So this is also very important. And also selective use of AI in conservation. కన్జర్వేషన్ లో కూడా చాలా సెలెక్టివ్ గా యూజ్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ ఫోటోగ్రాఫర్స్ అండ్ వీళ్ళందరూ ఉన్నారు, లైక్ వీ యూస్ టు సీ ఇన్ ద నేషనల్ డెమోగ్రఫిక్ ఛానల్. ఇవన్నీ కూడా previously they used to work very hard, even now they also work very hard. They will go to the jungles and they will wait days and days in the nights and rains to capture some videos, like with the penguin video and all. But with the help of this AI, without that, so they can generate the video in minutes. So that what will happen, so it will impact the real video photographers also, so which it will decline in the over the time. And most importantly, it will change the human perception, our every human perception towards the animals, because the wild animals are wild animals, we have to take it very special care about those animals. So these are the important thing about these articles. So AI generated videos, AI generated animal videos increase avatam valla human perception and also children perception towards the animals is getting changed, which can increase the wild human like human animal conflict increase avachchu, both sides damage jaragachu. That is what the thing. And he is also giving some measures, the AI labeling and digital literacy gani they have to increase, and the selective use of AI in the conservation efforts. So this is the simple objective of the article. Second, so I have seen this image, it's very interesting image. What happened, there is a iceberg called A23A. What is the size of this iceberg? Like 4,000 square kilometers. 4,000 square kilometers and 400 meters height. And where is it located? It's located in Weddell Sea. Very important, Weddell Sea. Weddell Sea. So ekkada ee Weddell Sea. So we'll also see the location of this Weddell Sea once, and then so Weddell Sea. So this is all the Weddell Sea. ఎక్కడ ఉందండి? అంటార్క్టికాలో ఈ పార్ట్ లో ద Weddell Sea is there. సో ఇక్కడ ఏముంది అంటే దిస్ ఐస్బర్గ్ A23A అనేది ఏమవుతుంది అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ కటింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద అంటార్క్టికా అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ దిస్ సదరన్ ఓషన్ లో, ఇట్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ ద నార్థన్ సైడ్, అంటే సదరన్ ఓషన్ లో వార్మ్ వాటర్స్ లో ఇది మూవ్ అవుతుంది. ఇంత పెద్ద ఐస్బర్గ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మూవింగ్ టు ద సదరన్ ఓషన్, విచ్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ కెన్ పంప్ ద లాట్ ఆఫ్ pure water, means not saline water, into the saline regions. Anta large quantity of non-saline water ni manam saline water lo pump cheste what can happen, it can seriously impact the life there under that kind of atmosphere, and also it can cause harm to the. So meeku ardhamaindi kada, like I feel that you understand. So in this Weddell Sea, which is a 4,000 square kilometers of ice, and which is a 400 meters height. You just imagine the 4,000 square kilometers, in the sense like almost the size of 3 to 4 Hyderabad. So ఈ Weddell Sea లో, so ఈ A23 అనే ఈ iceberg which is moving towards the southern ocean, which means warm ocean side ki it is moving. In the warm ocean side, if iceberg is moving, what will happen? It will melt. If it melts, what kind of the problems, the immediate problems it can bring, it can hamper the sea transportations, the naval transportations can hamper, it can affect the wildlife of that area, and it can also affect the climatic conditions, the weather climatic conditions, and it is a great sign of the climate change. Climate change, it's one of the very important signs how the climate change is fastly, rapidly changing the global atmosphere. So very, very important, A23A, iceberg, and the Weddell Sea. In the prelims perspective, A23A and the Weddell Sea is very important. And we can see the effects of the climate change. And this is the newspaper analysis of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, bye.